Welcome all my honored guests to the ultimate duel with the best of the best.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another Saturday morning live. And I am one of your co-hosts for Sophie. And over here we have
Mighty Max Toys. Am I echoing?
I don't hear it. I don't hear the echo.
Because besides these shells and the scattered little things here, I'm the only thing in this room. It's crazy. So, as you guys know, I moved, and we finally moved to a house, and now I have this room just for the office. Before I had it too, but it's so empty. It's so empty. I have to put things out. But question of the day. This is one of the reasons I wanted to hop in the show so that people in the chat, right? Jurassic Jesse, Lago Figs, all of you guys who have little ones already, the life-size action figures. I want advice into how to display toys, because clearly in every single box there is small parts, warning, choking hazard. So I clearly can't put a lot of different things in here so long as there is no protection, right?
I see.
So there's tiers, right? I can put things that are complicated all the way up here and box stuff on the bottom. There's ways for me to do this. But if you guys have a secret, a hack, if you will, or a strategy, I mean, there is a room, a door that divides this room from the rest of the house. I can lock it, right? And I have child protection stuff. But if you have any tips, tricks, hacks, please let me know. I'll be very happy to read them and learn about them.
And that's something I hadn't thought about. That's so wild. That's true. So all of you toy collectors that are also parents, please let us know, because I also want to be ready just in case. And hey, we have Bambi Raptor over here.
Yes, thank you.
Just congrats on your new home.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. We have
I
some.
don't have kids, but my cat likes. Go ahead.
But my cat likes to chew on tiny things. So I put my toy in the highest shelves. I have separate room for my toys too. I think that is the go-to, the separate room for sure. Because I know you were planning on getting a cat at one point as well.
Oh yeah, that ship has sailed from now. Because I know that cats also have the ability to jump really, really high if they really want to. So that's having shelves overall is a challenge when you're a cat owner. But yes, thank you very much for all the wishes, and thank you for the advice. I really appreciate it. And Bambi, I did the Lord's work this week because I organized a watch along for Sonic the Hedgehog 1, 2, 3. So Porcelain Piggy hasn't watched Sonic 1 or 2. So she jumped right into number 3, which I think is the best one no matter what.
And we're going to talk about this because when I got home, I got asked. I was like, oh, so what do you think about it? From other friends I was chatting and stuff. I'll tell you what I thought about it.
Yeah, so that's how we're going to conclude today's podcast, by talking about that freaking awesome movie. Oh, I love it. Anyhow.
And you can see that Mighty Max Toys has jumped in the Labubu train as he's flexing his only Labubu in the background.
Yes. It's because this was the only toy I had available to me to put at display. Because one of the things you might have not noticed is that I removed the backing from these shelves, but you can see the white of the wall. Yeah. So actually, I think it looks a little better. It plays a lot better with the colors.
Yeah, it's brighter. It's nicer.
Yeah. And he has such a great color contrast too.
Right, he's such a cutie pie.
Yeah. So, and he stands.
Yeah, and they're mildly they have wire in their body, so you can shape them.
Yeah, the fact that they can stand is amazing.
Yeah, I think that's the sesame.
Yeah. So That's what's been going on so far. And obviously, we had Christmas. So, Merry Christmas to you guys. If you
And
had,
happy holidays.
yeah. Happy Kwanzaa. You have, um,
Hanukkah.
there you go, Hanukkah. I was like, two, three.
And if you don't celebrate any other holidays, I just really hope you had a wonderful day, either to
Yeah.
yourself or with your loved ones, however you chose to spend it. I hope you had a really nice, restful, and recharging day.
You know what's ironic?
Mm-hmm.
That in the last podcast, the ghost of snacks came to our to our summon, and he was complaining that he was alone in the house, right? And he was in this room right here, in this room where I'm at now. This is where I put him. But now he's in the car, locked in again. So no matter what happens, that guy cannot catch a break. But
No, for snacks.
I know. But until then, we're gonna go ahead and talk about things that are going on because even though it's been a lot of moving and a lot of partying and a lot of eating, we got things to talk about.
We
So
sure
you
do.
ready?
Yep, ready
Ready?
spaghetti.
Okie dokie. And also, I heard you say Lego set. What's up with that?
Oh, because we're gonna go over some of our gifts that we got this Christmas. I
Ah,
didn't get many toys this Christmas, but the few that I got are pretty good. Are super duper good. Are pieces from my collection, so I'm really excited to add those to my collection. Some I honestly haven't played with in a bit, so I'm really excited to actually open up and have a Lego set to build. So we'll go through that as well.
it's always good to have something to build. But anyways, here we go. We are still celebrating the holiday season. It is the last week of 2024, which means that in the next podcast episode, if everything goes well, we're going to have a best of 2024, which would be a nice little walk down memory lane because there's been a lot of really cool things happening this year that need to be highlighted again. Like, for example, one of the best things that happened in terms of toy conventions very early in the year is when you have Toy Depot bringing it together with Geeking Out. That event was awesome, right?
It's so fun.
It was so fun. It was so good. It was so positive that it's coming back. So, a little spoiler alert for us to talk about. And we're also going to talk about things like best franchise of the year, the one thing that kept you going collecting. And it was just like this shot of endorphin every single time you saw it throughout the year, right? Last year for me was Hot Wheels because every single day it was just like, oh, what about Hot Wheels? There's so many releases, they're affordable, they're everywhere. But this time around, spoiler alert, it is not Hot Wheels. It is something else.
Oh,
So we'll talk about that next time when we meet. Best of 2024. So start thinking, put on your thinking caps. And what was it for you? We'll post the questions or the best stuff. What was the best stuff on Instagram? I'll make sure to do that today. So you can start thinking and bringing all of that knowledge next time. But for now, let's go ahead and talk about the Rose Bowl Fleet.
so a lot of the events are pretty much done for December, and they really just want you to prepare for the next year. So if you're planning, you've never been to a Rose Bowl, I've never been to a Rose Bowl. I actually want to try to go for the Rose Bowl flea market on January 12th. So I'm gonna do my best to make it because I really, really want to go. I've never been.
Oh, what? I didn't think you still haven't been. Oh my God, it's been 2 years since we were talking about the
Yeah.
Rose Bowl Fleet. Jeez.
So if you're planning, this is the best time, best weather to go. So that's
Yeah.
why I'm like, every time I decide and I have free time to actually make it,
Mhm.
it's summertime and I know that's unbearable. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm not gonna do that. Sorry. Either spring or fall, that's the best time for me to try to go. Winter as well. So I'm gonna do my best and try to go for the January 12th. That is
That's
one
good.
of my goals for this 2025.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good and easily accomplishable goal, considering that every month you have an opportunity to do so, minus the summer months, which are just hell on earth. So don't go though during those
And like
times.
summer here in LA lasts all the way to fall. So fall is unbearable as well.
And especially in Pasadena where this happens. So it's just like, whoa, adding insult to injury in terms of how hot it is. But I have been during the winter season or in the cold season, and it is rather enjoyable. It's just a lot of walking. Like this one is, You walk uphill, across, downhill, and I guarantee you, if you have somebody who is inexperienced when it comes to the flea markets, this may not be the one you take him to on the first outing because number one, you pay. Remember, you have to pay. Parking is okay. There are parking in the area, but you really won't get to feel like you got your money's worth unless you walk the whole thing. And I got to tell you, I've been there twice and haven't not checked all the vendors. I've never completed it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot. It is a lot. There's an overflow area that is just like, oh my God, there's so much. Even I get tired. And with my pregnant wife at the moment, and this being so close to our delivery date, I'm sorry, we are not going to go to that one. It's not a
Yeah,
good
and I was thinking about that for some of the upcoming events. I'm like, yeah, I think Mike might not be hitting up any other events for January because, if anything happens, you don't
Yeah,
want to be in the middle of a toy show.
I know. So much so that I will also be missing Toy Depot January 18, 2025, because that one's even
I'm
closer.
planning to go and I'll be buying my tickets today.
Please get me the Larry Kenny signature. Oh my God.
Okay, I'll do my best. I know he'll be there from 11 till 6, I believe.
Yeah.
So he's going to be there for a pretty good amount of time. So if you're interested on getting the pre-sale price for the tickets, because remember at the door it's going to be a little bit more expensive, is a
Mhm.
good time to get it. So if to find the link, you can go to the Toy Depot Instagram and click on their Eventbrite link, and you can just go ahead and buy your ticket, and you'll be ready to go.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, I want to go there because dude, it's the voice of Lionel. I've been rewatching the Thundercats and the comic books. It's just like, oh my God, it's so good. So I'm like, oh, I need to meet him. I need to have signatures. Sergeant Slaughter, dude, come on, he's a living legend. He's a living cartoon character. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy. But then it was January 18. I was like, oh, and by the way, I already told Toy Depot that my delivery date for our baby is around the 20th and that I'm not going to be able to make it. And he was so excited for me. So it was nice. But yeah, January is pretty much a block for me.
Yeah, it's your blackout calendar date.
It's my
So
blackout.
guys, same for like the show. So if something does occur, just know that next year is going to be a little bit more inconsistent as it was this year,
At least for
as things are
January.
changing in our lives.
Yeah, at least for January, it may be a little inconsistent because we don't know when this baby's gonna hit, you know. But it is coming. That pre-order is coming. You know, I can hear the truck
Yeah,
coming
I'm telling you,
in
it's
with
going to
the
be
delivery.
exciting. It's going to be fun.
Yes,
Everything's going to go really well.
I know. Thank you. So, but yes, if you have the time to go, I recommend you go. Last time was really good. I think our friends at Towards the Universe are going. I think that Retro Butter is going. I think that Jose is going. I'm not sure who else, but we met a whole bunch of wonderful folks last time. And I gotta tell you, that's when I was able to get my vintage White Ranger completed. Right, I actually have them here. So might as well take them out. So if you want to pick up some toys, that's the place to do it.
Yeah,
Oh,
and I missed a Furby that day. Apparently they had one. So I want to make sure I'm there early because I don't want to miss a Furby this time.
and you know what? Now that you actually made your list, well, it was a loose list, right? You have a better idea,
Oh yeah.
of what you have and what you don't have. It's kind of cool that you did that. If you
Yeah.
guys haven't checked that video out, we're going to talk about it, but make sure you go to Instagram and check it out. So we're good on this one,
Yeah, we go all good on this one.
dude. He makes them once a year. That makes
And I
them.
think that makes it worth it because he gathers so many great vendors. And like
Mhm.
you wait a whole rotation and you're like, okay, I'm like, it's more of an investment show because you're
Yeah,
gonna go ahead and drop. And you're like, okay, I'm gonna look for some stuff, and they have some amazing grails in there. So
yeah,
just so
yeah.
you know, like if you overspend during the holidays but didn't treat yourself and you're looking to treat yourself, geeking out event is the best time to go treat yourself.
I know. Like yesterday, I was at Target and
Mm-hmm.
I found a McFarlane figure that I wanted. Like it was a Batman and a Bat Hound. So it brings the dog.
Mm-hmm.
The dog's not articulated, unfortunately, but he has a little Batman mask. The dog, it's hilarious. So I put it in the cart, right, and then I was just like, oh, I need paper towels. Oh, I need a trash can for the house. Oh, I need bags for the trash can for the house. And it just started racking up, racking up, racking up. And I was like, you know what? I think I have to leave the toy behind. I was like, no.
Oh no, adult
Yes.
decisions.
So I was like, disgrace. But yeah.
I understand. I totally understand how you're feeling.
But I do agree with the idea that having them events like this once a year makes it so that you're like, you know what? I don't spend that much throughout the year. I'm gonna go ahead and blow it out right here.
And
And
I think it's a really nice way to start the year because you get to see a lot of your toy community friends.
yes,
Everybody goes there. Everybody wants to support toy
yes,
people.
yes, you're right.
Everybody goes there, even if you're not gonna shop, but you do buy a ticket, you're supporting them. And then you get to hang out with people who have similar interests and you get to learn
Mhm.
so much about different types of toys that they have available. Because even though I didn't buy too many toys, the last year I did meet some like clothing designers that make their own stuff
Mhm.
there, and I did buy from them. And I also like met so many other people and learned about so many pieces that were pretty unique and extremely rare to find.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people who come down from Mexico and from Brazil also, and they bring their exclusives up into the floor, which is great. So I got to tell you guys, make sure you go if you are in the Los Angeles, La Mirada area, because it's going to be a really good show. Now,
Out and
because I got
about.
out and about, it's been Christmas and the holidays over here, so everything that we've been doing has been rather quickly. We haven't had that many outings just to buy toys. Famously, the Torrance Antique Fair happened last week. I was in the middle of moving, could not attend. I think the only thing I've done is like go to Target yesterday. That was pretty much it. So,
Yeah. And I've been in the recovery train. I got extremely sick last week and I've been just out and slowly recovering. So I've been getting better. So I have not been out and about because I wanted to be very, what's it called? A responsible adult and not get any other people sick.
indeed, indeed. But you did have the thrift did reward you for your patience, did it not? You got a really cool outfit, guys. So,
Oh yes, when I did get to go to my doctor's appointment, and on my way back, I did stop by the Super Thrift and ended up doing a whole like $30 shopping spree. Which $30 in the mall will mainly get you one piece of clothing, but at the thrift, it got me like a refreshed closet.
now this right here, this mystery items. What are these? Which one should I click on first?
So talking about Christmas, talking about not treating myself, but someone did treat me for Christmas. If you click to the long one on the right, the vertical one, these are some
Okay.
of the items I did get for Christmas. I
Yeah.
had to put them in little video form because I had to put them away this week because I was like, these are like collectible things. I don't want them to get damaged or anything like that. So I did put them away. Mighty Max Toys got me the limited edition, like San Diego Comic Con exclusive Tamagotchi that was inspired by Gen 1. And I'm over the moon. I have to buy a couple more of those little shelves that are like for holding books so I can display it.
I didn't think that you were gonna like it. You know,
I like it. I love the display. Like I'm never gonna open it.
yeah, that's the thing. It's a really cool display when you open it. It's just like I like the fun of the like all the characters just interacting.
Mhm.
It's a whole story, and I had not seen the fact that Kuchipachi and Mamechi are sticking out of the book. You know,
Yes, at the sides. They're cutie patootie.
that is so cute. That is so. By the way, I'm pointing here because my monitor is here today. Don't have my usual setup. Yeah, this is so cute. And honestly, look at the sneak peek comes behind. What's in the background here?
We'll get to it. We'll get to it. And
That's
then next up, no, Mighty Max went all out. He's been planning for Christmas all year long because he had to really pre-plan to get this from San Diego Comic Con. And then he also like he won Christmas. Honestly, I was dead and I was behind on buying stuff. but Mighty Max did an amazing job. And then the big one in the middle is a grail item that Mighty Max got for me, which is like a vintage 90s Furby bag. And it's in such amazing condition. That's one of the reasons why I had to bring out my Furby collection, because I had to put that little bag away in a very safe location.
Yeah, it's in such great condition considering the material, which that
Yeah.
material is the one that tears. Like if you put a
And
pencil and
it bleeds
you,
out too, like in contact with other items. So when storing it, I am storing it with low acidity tissue paper,
mm,
so it doesn't transfer or stick to it and damage the product. So it's a thing.
no, yeah, yeah. Like I noticed that when I opened it, I know it's not super interesting when you open the bag, but the
Yeah.
fact that all the little pockets were completely still sewed in or stitched into
Mhm.
the material was really good because considering
Yep.
that this was for kids, for them to take it to school, like that thing was gonna be destroyed.
Yeah, I feel like somebody bought it and just never used it,
Yeah, yeah, I think so too. And the
and
Velcro
I'm
still
happy
works,
for
everything's
that.
great.
So that was one of the biggest pieces I've got for my collection. And I was like, yes. I was so happy. I was like, thank you, thank you, thank you. Highly
Hey,
appreciate. Highly
dude,
appreciate.
it's a like it goes so well because I was talking about this last time. It goes so well with the jacket because he has
It
the
does.
you
It does.
know
It has the matching fluff.
yeah, it has the matching fluff. And I was just like, dude, this looks so good with that jacket that we got earlier in the year. Which again, another highlight for 2024. That entire fashion trend that was Furby.
Yeah, the cake worthy. And if you look into cake worthy right now, they are completely sold out. They have nothing Furby in cake worthy anymore. If you're still looking for the Furby bags, you can find them on a Halloween store online. So just put cake worthy Furby bags and you'll be able to buy them for a little bit more expensive, but as Halloween clothing accessories.
Mhm.
And it's exactly the same bag. Because if you're trying to find it on eBay, it's like almost 100 plus already.
Seriously, they went up. That's crazy.
Yeah, so much so.
Yeah, and you didn't feature the other present I gave you,
Which one?
the Jet Jaguar carded truck.
Oh, I put it away too.
And that's something that you can find in Target. You guys have probably seen it. It's nothing vintage. It's nothing modern. It's just it's nothing vintage. It's nothing old. It's something modern that you can find currently in your pegs. But it just has Jet Jaguar. It's just a regular Jeep, and
Yeah, but it's like the card. The card is
the
what's
card
really
is the
cute.
artist that makes it nice. Yeah, absolutely.
And for me, I just got into the mode that I was like, I need to preserve these things, and I just put it away.
No, I got you. I got you. So this was. I love giving you Tamagotchis because you know what? They kind of sneak in. They're so small, you can put them anywhere. It's
They
so
really can. And like I've been like this year, one of my things that I'm trying to do is I this year I got into Tamagotchis, I got full throttle into Tamagotchis, like
uh-huh.
full frontal, full frontal Tamagotchis this year. And one of the things I'm gonna try to do is try to buy more secondhand tamas. I don't
Mm,
want to buy first-hand tamas. I know eventually, mostly right now, because like a lot of the like Gen Z are into purchasing them and just decorating their bags with it, and it's like little fads that come and go. I was like, okay, I'm here for those abandoned babies that are gonna end up popping up at the thrift.
yeah.
So I might be keeping an eye like on flea markets and all of that to see. Hopefully, I can find a couple more loose tamas because when we did the Whittier comic book event,
Hmm.
I picked up a vintage tama from our friends from Retro Butter and
Mm.
Astro Base Zero. They were selling some vintage tamas that had been forgotten in the thing, and I was like, okay, I was like, I want to pick up more like that. I feel it felt very rewarding.
That's cool. And you know what? That's another, shout out to Toy Depot and their event that the more vendors you befriend, it's something natural is going to happen. The more chances you have of picking something really cool because you tell them, I'm looking for this. So everybody in our circles know that if they see a Furby, they will have a buyer for it in you if this is a item you don't have, right? Same thing goes for Tamagotchis now. They can tell, well, this is not something that Retrobotter knew that you want Tamagotchis, but then you can
I
tell,
didn't
hey,
even know I was gonna come back into them. Before I got back into the uni, I was like, I kind of want my you know what I was actually researching into? Because my very first Tama wasn't a true Tamagotchi. You bought it for me. I have no idea where you got money to get one for me back in El Salvador. And it was not a
sure.
Tamagotchi, but it was red and shaped like one. And it was called a nano puppy. And
Uh-huh.
it was a little red one with yellow buttons. And it had a little puppy, and you took care of it. So that was my first Tama, or electronic tiny pet. It was a nano puppy, and I'm trying to find him back. But I've only found them in pink, and I need them in red.
See, I think what happened was that I remember we were in the supermarket with Mama Selena, one of our aunts, and we were in the supermarket, and I was pushing the cart, and out of the corner of my eye, I spotted a bill that had fallen somewhere, and it was under a display, right, like an end cap. I remember it very clearly, actually. And then I grabbed it, and it was 100 colones, right?
Oh wow, that's
It
big
was
money.
one. It was a bill of $100, like not dollars. It was colones.
To our currency at the time,
Yeah,
it was like $100.
yeah. It was like $100. It felt like you had so much money, and that was what 12, maybe something like that. And then I remember being the good boy that I am, I gave it to my aunt. I gave it to Mama
Oh,
Selena. And then Mama Selena said, like, no, that's yours. You keep it. You found it. And I was just like,
I got money. You're like, I'm rich.
I
I
got
have reached the richest riches.
yeah. And it was around the Christmas season. So instead of actually buying something, I remember I didn't buy anything for myself with that money. I
Wow.
bought 2 CDs, one for my mom, one for my dad, and I bought that thing for you.
My nana puppy.
Yeah, so out of that $100 or colones, I ended up buying presents for all the rest of my family, and that's how I got the money to buy that Tamagotchi.
I remember you didn't wait till Christmas to give it to me. You gave it to me like at my mom's university.
Oh shoot!
I remember the day of receiving that nano puppy. Like it's engraved in my mind.
Really?
Yeah. So I was like, I remember you gave it to me. We were waiting for, I think, my mom to come out or somebody, but we were outside. We were not in the house. We were
Uh-huh.
outside. I think it was like at the university. And you gave it to me. And I was like, what is this? What is this? And that puppy, I raised that puppy for so long. I don't
Dude,
know
it
what
was
happened. I think just got forgotten when we moved.
it was we haven't seen it either, but in this search you may find it again, which is kind of cool, you know?
So I've been looking, I found a few on eBay.
Mm.
And I'm watching a couple, but I was like, I also, I know a lot of people are not into those. They're into their gigapets because that's what they grew up with. They're into the Tamas, which is what they grew up with. But I'm like, there's also this little puppy that I grew up with that I need to get back into my life.
And that's the thing. I feel like because you just started right with the hunting for vintage Tama, you have to give yourself the chance to find it in the wild. You
Yeah,
know?
and that's what I'm trying to be patient with because
Yeah, yeah.
I went rogue and having my Tama Club folks that we chat, you do get that little FOMO and you kind of want to shop for more Tama.
Yeah,
So I have bought a few carded new, mostly because I had a coupon from Target. They gave me like $30 off.
Oh, okay. Damn, that's good.
Yeah, because it was like, oh, if you buy like a bunch of like stuff for your house, like bathroom stuff, you get
Yes,
$30.
yes, yes,
And
yes.
I was like, perfect. I can buy two Tamas. That's $40. I just paid $10 for two.
But it's like, it feels like those coupons are specifically made for collectors, for
I
adult
agree.
collectors, because you're like, yes, you can buy all your essentials, and you know what? Here's an incentive. Like, here is a little reward for doing good. You
I was like,
know?
thank you. And then I also had like if you buy toys, you get like what, $10 off a
Yeah.
purchase of 30. So I was like that. Okay, I used to be a couponer, guys. So I was just like poop, poop, stacking coupons. Plus I had a 15% off of my card one. So I had a great deal that day. So I was like, perfect.
So now expect the new updated at the end of 2025. Oh, my Tamagotchi video, right? That's gonna be crazy.
I
But
know. we've gone
Here's
to
the
a lot
deal.
of the Tamas.
See, now I'm questioning whether I did buy that with 100, but I remember I did buy it with my own money. Maybe I was just saving.
You did buy it with your own money, and I was surprised. I didn't know where you got it from.
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude. So
Because
it's
I
always,
know we would also do dark deals at school where we would like trade and sell certain things. And that's how we would get items too. Because I remember I got a Casio piano that way at school.
it was a good piano too.
Yeah, I
Wait,
think we still have it. We brought it over.
wait. Huh. So when I gave you the Tamagotchi, the red one,
Yes.
was it in box or was it?
I don't remember if it was in boxed or not because I'm trying
Because
to recall. I think it was in the little package. And I'm trying to remember if I even because I looked at the images of the package.
uh-huh.
I just remember receiving it outside by like the university.
Because I think that's what happened. I think you just triggered it. I think I traded for it at
Ah,
school. But I'm not sure what I traded. I don't
because
remember
it
what.
was a time when we would be trading the yelocos. Those were big currency. The tassels,
Yeah,
the
the
pogs.
peso. Yeah. Yeah, I
And
remember
then
I traded.
secretly, there was also like these versions of stickers that were like ripoffs of Digimons that I would be trading for.
Yes, I remember. Yes. I'm gonna now that I have the first the first little grain of rice to follow, right? And I'm gonna start remembering. I'll have an update for you for that for sure. I had not thought about that in a long time. That's cool. Okay. What is this? What happened to this lonely Furby?
He's a non-licensed Furby, so he didn't get to go to the countdown. So all of my unlicensed Furby. So this, okay, I'll let you guys know what I've been up to. So this week, well, it was actually yesterday. Since I got my presents for Christmas, I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna have much time moving forward since I'll be going back to work. I need to put away some of my stuff, and I was like, you know what? I know a couple of people have been asking me, so how many Furbies do you have? Do you even collect Furbies? We never see photos of your Furby collection. I was like, I don't take photos of them, only when I get new ones. And I was like, you know what? Since I have to reorganize them, I only do this every couple of years. I was
Mm.
like, let me do a quick video of how many there are. I did not include unlicensed Furby items. I did not include customized Furby items. And I also did not include items that fall that are like, I do have other licensed figurines are smaller
Mhm.
that kind of fall into the cake decorating and like food
Yeah.
things. So I didn't include any of those.
So this one did not make the cut. And why did it look? He looks so sad with his ears just drooping forward.
Yeah, he didn't make the cut because he's a non-licensed Furby.
Oh, that's so sad. What
I
about
know.
so?
I had a couple of others that were just like, we can't go. I'm like, I know. I have a couple of Furby backpacks that are unlicensed that they didn't make the cut either.
Ah,
So I'll be making like another one for that. And even after I finished, I realized I forgot my tiny Funko Furby keychain.
oh, okay.
I forgot to add it to the pile. I forgot a couple of other Furby McDonald keychains that I keep in my backpacks and in my purses. So I
Yeah.
went and I counted those. So in the video, I believe we see only 246 of my Furby items. But then
Mhm.
once I tallied up all the things I forgot, it adds up to 256 Furby items. So I missed 10 Furby items here at home.
Dang. So this is the video she's talking about. If you guys don't have not watched it, you should go to Little Toys Big Stories and check it out. Also check out the two reels on Instagram and give them a like. It's actually kind of cool.
Yeah,
I
and then
don't.
this is only like I put this one in YouTube and it only allows me to do 60 seconds. So I'm gonna have to do a 3-part for YouTube.
Yeah, and if you guys think about those two pair ups, is even though they're the same fur, different eye colors, right?
Yeah, some of them are different icons. Some are just repeats that I'm like, you still count them as the two Furbies. So I just add them to my piles.
And by the way, that wasn't Snacks. That was the original version of Snacks. Those things are so dumb. I actually, one of the cool things was like um, I love seeing all the ones that I've given you and be like, oh, I give her that one. Oh, I give her that one, dude. I think I remember the Christmas where I gave you all of the, if I'm not mistaken, all of the Christmas ones, all of these.
I don't recall because I know I bought a set, so I
Yeah,
have to check.
and you will. This is the only one of this Furbies that
Oh, the buddies that I have in box. You gave me that one.
yeah, on card. And that was the other thing from 2024. I rewatched Betty La Fea, and I found that darn Furby there. So I was just like, oh, you know what? Let me get it. I went to pick this one up in
You got
Walmart.
me that one from a Facebook pickup.
That was so shady, dude. That was a shady place to go.
And that's just part one. So part 2 and 3 are going to be going up the later on today for YouTube. But if you want to see the whole thing, it's already available in my Instagram. And it was so fun to see all of my toy collector friends' reaction to it. They're like, I saw this and I was going to share it with you. And then I saw that you posted it. I was like, yeah. I keep them pretty hush hush.
Because they're like little mounds of gold. This is
I don't
really
know.
rare.
Yeah, these are new. So I got him. So I think that's the alligator, and then the other one was the rooster. So I got those two new. Those are the first time they're ever seen.
Oh,
And all of us between all of these, some are English speaking, Spanish speaking, and Japanese. I'm still trying to get a Greek speaking Furby, and that's one of the trips that I'm hoping to do soon, so I
oh,
can go
that's
pick
nice.
one up.
And how many Shelbys? Two?
Mm-hmm.
Two Shelbys?
Mm-hmm. The
But they
one I
look,
found in the wild, and the other one I bought for super cheap online. I found this guy at the thrift as well.
but they look the same. Like it's the same Shelby, right?
No, different color. One's
Oh,
slightly greener. The other one's more blue.
okay, yeah, I got it. All right, got it.
And
Boom, doo, doo, doo.
I picked up a bunch of buddies from TF Con
Yes.
as well. Yeah, I picked up a bunch of items at TF Con. I did not care about my wallet that day. I was just like, here's my money. I spent like over $100 on Furbies that day.
This backpack, this is the famously gorgeous Furby backpack.
And I
It's
remember where I bought it.
where were you?
I was in Vegas.
But you bought it at in Vegas?
Yes.
No way.
I was in Vegas and I was scrolling through Mercari, and then I saw it. It was a perfect price. I was like, nothing in Vegas is worth as much as this beautiful baby is to me. So I bought it. I was like, I don't have to buy anything in Vegas. So I just bought
Okay,
my gorgeous Furby backpack.
that story makes sense. I thought you were gonna say you found it in Vegas.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No. I was in Mercari and I saw it. I was like, usually, when you're in trips, you're like, oh, I shouldn't buy stuff because I'm on a trip. I was like, I don't want anything from Vegas. I want this Furby for life.
This is one thing about us. We don't care about Las Vegas and anything it has to offer. I don't care about Las Vegas.
Their
Like,
thrifts are good. Their bins are pretty good. That's the only thing. But when it comes to like the Vegas Strip, there's just not much for us to do. I'm not like I would do the slot machines. I do the penny ones, lose my money, and I was like, okay, I'm kind of bored. Um, there is like a book, the like most expensive bookstore that has some of the oldest books um around there as well. So I go for that. Uh, the Bonnie and Clyde exhibit that they had. But other than that, there's nothing really for me. I'm not a party
yeah,
person. I get pretty uncomfortable at parties. And I'm not a drinker or a smoker, so it's not a place for me when it comes to that.
you're not a gambler, rather than a not rather.
No.
Yeah. Well, I absolutely love this tree. This tree is magnificent. It's like I saw the tree and it's just kind of like skinny. There's a lot of spacing between the branches, but then now everything is so full. It's crazy.
Yeah, I was like, I want to see if my Furbies can fill it up. And yeah, and I actually, after I finished that video, okay, I'll tell you what happened. It took me 4 hours to get the Furbies out of all their locations.
4 hours.
It took me 4 hours. It took me about an hour and 30 to record the entire video. And then it took me like 4 hours 30 or like 5 hours to put them all away. It was an all day event. I really thought, because I started around, I think it was like 8:30 in the morning, and I finished putting everything away like around 9 or 10.
PM? Wow. Sometimes, guys, that's necessary when you go through your toys, or you just say, like, I'm gonna reorganize everything, or I'm gonna, like, if you're a Hot Wheels guy and want to race them, it's building the track that takes forever.
It
You know,
does.
yeah. There's been nights where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go organize my Hot Wheels by like size or weight, and I start like moving things around, and 3 hours have gone by, and I'm not even done. So I'm like, oh wow. So I definitely see where that comes from.
And one of the things that came from cleaning and moving all my stuff was that I have a bunch of unopened items that I put under my Christmas tree, because I'm like, I need to open these, put them away, because they're taking up a lot of space that can be used for Furbies because of their boxes.
True. Especially those turtles. Those turtles are tiny.
I know this. And I have more. I have like a bunch of Barbies under the tree right now that I'm gonna open. I'm gonna open my picnic one, because this one I want to make an accessory from. But yeah, I have like about 4 more Barbies under the Christmas tree that I'm gonna open. So all of these, I'm gonna do an unboxing day this upcoming week, just because I need the space in my closet. And I was like, yeah, because I need
I
to still buy the
you
Aurora
should,
Furby, both the pink and the glow in the dark night sky one. I was like, okay, I want to make sure I have the space. And I did order a couple of other Furby items after I finished the video, because I was like, I'm like, I've had this on my list for a while, because I do have a list of some items that I'm keeping tabs on.
uh-huh.
And I was just, let me see. And I was like, oh, perfect. I haven't seen it for this price in a long time. So one of the ones that I've been looking for are some 2010 like Furby Christmas things. And when it's Christmas time, they usually bring them out, but the price is so expensive. But from there, I just watch them until the season's over and the price drops.
Hmm.
But then this ones were already like $7 for two, so I'm free shipping. I was like, this may or may not be a scam. I'm buying it.
Like right now at Target, everything that's Christmas is 50% off. So like if you want like decorations or anything like that, yesterday we bought a tree skirt, one of those
Oh,
foam
nice.
tree skirts,
Yeah.
for like $7. It was ridiculous. So like, guys, if you want some decos, go right now. There's some good prices. And I'm glad that you got the chance to look through your Furby collection, because you know what? It is a brand new year that's going to start, which means that you need the clarity of mind to say, these are the things I'm missing.
Yes. And I also have a present that I got in the mail for myself, because I did buy this a bit ago, and I just haven't opened it. And it is also a Furby item. And I was like, let me wait, because I'm like, it's wrapped so cutely. I bought this back in October and just decided not to open it. And it's just like a little magazine, that, collectible Furby magazine. I love the way they packaged it so carefully. And I've been wanting to look into these. These ones are the McDonald's Furby Collection by Mary Beth World, Furby World. And I know this was like an ongoing thing then, that it'll kind of give you a catalog of all the Furbies you could get from the Happy Meals. And I've been wanting to look into it. And I was like, I need one for my collection. So let me order one. And since she wrapped it so well, I was like, I'll go ahead and look into it when it's time. It's so cute. It's in great condition.
What? Oh my God. Wait, who got you that?
And then she also had the Beanie Baby World. Some people just made money out of the obsession of Furbs in the 90s. I have another book that is similar to that. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
These are iconic images, okay?
Okay, you should recreate all those pictures with you as the focus person, and all your Furbies instead of, those.
And they have a really nice, which I will be scanning, checklist of all the McDonald's Furbies.
Dude, who got you that? Like, did you get that for yourself?
Yeah, I got this for myself.
Okay. That's so
And
awesome.
wait. This is a lot of the ones that I found before have been missing this, and they're missing the Furby poster spread.
What? Oh, dude. I really hope you can get a house in the next in this year. 2025 is the year, because you know what? I want to go into your freaking like creating space and just look at all the Furbies. Like, I think you have like 250 is good for an entire wall of Furby. You know?
Yeah,
Oh my god, I
I'm
want
telling you, it has so much. It has just so much great Furby stuff. It has them page by page, so you can look at all the details. Because I also have there's a Furby checklist, mostly for the McDonald's ones, that was made in like in the Furby fandom. But it's so hard to see the details because sometimes it's just like the tuft is slightly a different color than the body. So I'm like, okay, I need one that gives me more clarity. So I wanted to get that one.
and you're gonna scan it so you can have it at the ready on
Yeah,
your
I'm thinking
phone.
like have it accessible for me because I've been going through them. I do have a checklist for the ones I have because most of the ones I got them from Frankincense, from
Mm.
that one epic Furby find.
Ooh, nice. Now, speaking about gifts, I didn't get any toys this year other than these two items that I have proudly displaying, on my shelves. The $7 Mongol from Ross, which honestly, it's a great figure for $7. Is a no-brainer. So when you said it to me, I was just like, thank God, finally, my hunt is over. Because I've been looking for this one. It's good. And it's a mega figure. And it has no accessories. It was just this. So paying $40 seemed like too much at the time, you know?
Yeah, it
But
seemed a little steep. And like I was feeling like a little crummy still, but I was like, I'm behind on Christmas gifts. So I hit up Ross and I've been trying to get something for Max for a bit because I was hoping that Morrigan would be on her way, but girl doesn't. She is fashionably late. She's gonna come whenever she feels like it. So
and
I
this,
was like, okay, I gotta go hunting. I gotta go hunting. And I
yeah,
was like,
you
no.
got it.
But I went out and when I saw this guy, I was like, $7. And I was like, I'll just grab him, take a photo, send it to Max. And you're like, yes. I'm like, thank God, they made it
Yeah, I
easier.
know. It's like they got him done. No,
And
and
mental
one of the
rest.
best presents that I got this year was this. Honestly, I didn't think that you were gonna give me the movie. If you guys remember, we actually did an entire episode devoted to just reviewing the original Toy Story from Disney, and it features Peepers and Zoom, which are these Tomy Takara the wind-up toys. And all of this started from the fact that I went to the Great American Toy Show, right? And I was able to pick up Peepers. No, Zoom. This is Zoom.
Zoom.
I was able to pick up Zoom, and I didn't know anything about this guy, and he led me in a wild goose chase that got me to this movie. I watched the movie, I cried, and I was just like, whoa, this is such a great film. And it's really mysterious. So to have it on VHS, right, which I didn't even think about looking, it's awesome. So thank you for that. Porcelain Pig got me this. So this is the compliment to the overall experience. And see, you
And
can
we're
see the
still looking for peepers. I'm watching for peepers, but all the peepers I have found have like a broken glasses. So
yes.
I'm gonna keep looking this year. I'm giving myself the year to find it. And I think I'll find it. I'm
Oh yeah.
pretty sure I will. And I found some keywords to search for them because they don't find them over peepers. They don't find, but I kind of found a way. And I
Mhm.
spent literally, I think it was like about like 2-3 hours just scrolling and
Mhm.
scrolling and scrolling on eBay until I was like, it's in this lot. I'll submit. I'm like, it's broken. I'm like, oh, this one has 3 in the lot. Broken. I was like, damn it. Yeah, so I'll just keep going. We're gonna find your buddy. We're gonna
Yeah.
find your buddy.
And you know what? That's the thing about these guys. Like, these molds. I don't think Tommy Takara was ever too. How would I say it? Too enamored with any of these molds to the point that there's a lot of knockoffs out there. There's a lot
Yeah,
of
and
the
that's the
molds are
ones
out
that
there.
I've seen the most. I see the knockoffs, but I was like, those are not the ones we're looking for.
But I don't think they're super duper rare because I have found Zoom quite a few times during the year after I found this one.
Mhm.
I think to this day, there's one at Toys of the Universe that's up for grabs. So I'm trying to find one that is not as sun bleached, right? That is
Um,
actually blue. But I don't think I'm going to replace this guy because this is the
Look
guy,
good.
right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be an interesting little bit of things. Now, so those are the only toys I got. That's it. That was the only toys. Even my mom approached me, at the after the Christmas present extravaganza was done, and she's like, "Did you like all the presents?" Like she always does. And then I said, "Yeah, it's okay." And then she's like, "No toys this year, okay? I didn't give you any toys, but I know." And I'm like, "Don't worry, mom, it's fine." So I went out and bought myself a toy.
No, that's true.
So this is a Periscope, right? Which I think it was from like McDonald's. Let me
I
see.
think so, or like Burger King or something.
McDonald's, yeah. This is a McDonald's toys, but it definitely works as a Periscope. And it goes one level, two levels. It's pretty high, right? And you can actually use it for its intended purpose. Like I can't see Zoom here, but if I put it up here, oh, there it is. So it works. It's
You
hilarious.
can use it to spy on your neighbors.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. I'll be like, here at the window. Like my window's right here.
Put it by your window to see who's coming. Like, who's knocking on my door?
Yeah.
Now, and for me, I also got this Lego set that I mentioned earlier. So it's a Lego Creators, a 3-in-1. I'm still deciding. I'm like, do I want to make it the boot? Do I want to make the parrot, or do I want to make this one? So I don't know, but it's really cute.
My boat is on well, it depends on what you're gonna use it, right? If most folks use it to adorn their offices, you
Mm.
know. But your office is kaiju themed, so I'm not really sure.
My office is me themed, so it's a complete chaos. It has
That's good.
clowns, it has kaijus, it has everything, it has Barbies.
So I like the birds, but I feel like the birds are the most like to fall and just break apart. I'd rather have something solid, which that's why the water can, it's very appealing to me.
I initially I too gravitated towards the birds because I'm like it reminds me of my bird that I used to have, Paquita. But then I was like, I really like the stability of the watering can. Plus, you also get like more butterflies with it because I know with the shoe you use most of the pieces to make that, and not you don't get butterflies with it. So I'm like, I do like the boot, but I
Yeah.
think I might be going with a watering can.
Yep. I think that's a good. Plus, it's easy to carry. It actually has a handle to move it around from one place to
Yes,
another.
I know. You gotta hold it from the bottom.
Indeed. So, what else? I mean, that was
Moving
it.
on to your um the day you planned for us.
Absolutely, yes. Oh, I do want to mention this because I never feature them. I never feature them in the pod, and I kind of have to because they're grails. Um, I was able to secure the Rebel
Oh,
Tech
yeah.
Amazing Yamaguchi Lupin figures this year, right? Come around November, they're 100% complete. They're a lot smaller than I thought they would be.
Oh,
Right. Right now, I have them just in a comic book hardback and plastic because of the move. Um, and they are very frail, but they are oh so expressive. I posted a picture on Instagram with them, if I'm not mistaken. No, I never. No, I put it on my story. I should put it on Instagram. It was they photograph beautifully. They are an amazing figures, and I got it for a really good price. I think it's like less than $50 each. And this is from a Mercari seller. And again, Mercari has a lot of demons right now. If there's one downfall of the year to 2024, it would be Mercari in my book. Mercari
yeah.
has fallen.
Let's save that for the end of year wrap up. End of
Yeah.
year wrap. Because
Now,
I do have some thoughts about that. And we're pretty much gonna look about where it started the year with Mercari and where it ended. Because I know they've
ye-
been trying to make some changes to get people back because they lost a lot of sellers.
Yeah,
I might.
let me show you something that I also took a picture of in Target yesterday. This was
Mhm.
a impromptu toy photography that I did.
That is so cute.
They have this blue trees that they
Mhm.
were selling for 50% off, right? And somebody had put a Yeti there, this Yeti, and it's just so blue and everything's so cute. And I was just like, dude, let me take a picture of this. And I stopped everything I was doing and I started setting up the scene. And it's just
He
so
is
cute.
great.
Yeah. So if you zoom it in, like you close it all up, it looks so nice.
It looks really good. That
So I
is
just
so good. Yeah, one of the things I want to do is do a little bit more toy photography. But again, I'll save that for the next the end of year wrap up as to share what are some of the goals for this upcoming year.
yeah. But okay, let's go ahead and talk about the one, the only,
Running around
the
on the
blue blur. Let me go ahead and mute this right here. Boop. There you go. Now we're ready.
okay.
Because we don't want to get demonetized. Even though we don't make anything out of this, but we're okay. We love it. We love you. Bye. Okay, so we went to watch Sonic the Hedgehog 3 at movie theaters, guys. I watched every single one. Well, I watched number one in movie theaters. I did not watch number two in movie theater. I watched it at home. And thank God I did because he has a really silly scene that I just rather fast forward because it's too dumb. And it's the honky tonk scene, if you will. It's a dancing scene. But this one, I felt like it didn't have that moment. It didn't have that like, oh, this is so silly, clearly for kids. Fart. No, there was actually no fart jokes in here at all, and I was just
Yeah.
like, yes, so much better.
But you can tell it's made for little ones.
Yes, absolutely. And you know what? I can tell also that the more Sonic characters they add, the better the movie gets.
And that's one of the things I began to notice too, because for me, like I haven't seen any of the other movies, but I'm like, I don't understand how one or two could be any good when they didn't have Shadow and they only
Yeah.
had like Knuckles and Tails. Because I'm like, what is the conflict?
The
What
first
would
one
be the
only had
conflict?
Sonic.
Oh
No.
God. So it was Sonic and all the human characters. I feel like I get so annoyed with the human characters because I'm like,
Mhm.
I don't understand why they're necessary. And I feel like as they continue to add more Sonic characters, they're gonna phase out the humans. And then
Yes.
we're just gonna end up with Sonic characters. And that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yes. So right now we have the first movie has Sonic and Eggman. That's fine, right? Like Jim
Yeah.
Carrey brings it in every single movie. There's nobody who believes more in this movie than Jim Carrey, and I freaking love it. His performance is
He gives us his A game. I'm not gonna lie. His
yeah.
performance is like they break the fourth wall, sorry. And it's just I was like, Jim Carrey, you're doing an amazing job. Thank you for holding up this movie because the other human characters are just not doing it for
No,
me.
they're not doing that because they need to be over the top, right? But
Yeah.
okay. So the second movie has Tails and introduces Knuckles as an antagonist at first, and then friend, and then they become the traditional red, yellow, and blue, right? And then now bringing in Shadow, and then you have two Eggmen. It feels like we're really pushing the human characters the not
Away.
necessary away, which feels so good. Every time
I
that
think
they are
it felt really good when the main two human characters, I guess, are like the parents of Sonic here in the world that they adopted him. When they were in the scene, it felt so awkward. It felt so bleh. But when
yeah,
they were out of the scene, everything seemed to flow really well.
really well. Like you can have humans like shooting at them with like the blasters, right? And that's fine. They could be antagonists, they could be scientists, they could be like security guards. That's fine, but they don't need to be an actual uh main character with lines, right?
Yeah,
Other
but
than Agent
I do
Stones.
recall that, like, in at least in the Fox Kids version, there was also like children characters that were
Yeah,
friends with Sonic. They always introduce them, mostly when they have to create a storyline. They're like, let's add children, and since here it's like, oh, let's add grown-ups. But it's just so, I don't know. I found them unnecessary. But I'm really happy that Bambi, you loved it. She's gonna go see it again, and she loved the movie so so much.
I mean, Bambi, I thought this movie was great. I think that this was the one to go watch because, again, there's so much of these characters because the Sonic character library is so rich. We still need
Yeah.
to talk about Silver. We still need Rouge the Bat. We still need Buzzy B, Tiny B. We need
Oh
the
my gosh, yeah.
the Chaotix, you know?
I'm looking forward to the Chaotix. I hope they come soon because
Yeah.
they're amazing. That's my favorite group.
Yeah, so
The
like we're
Mustangs.
so many characters. The parrot needs to happen. We need Amy still. We need Robot Sonic still. You know, so it was really really cool. Now here is one of the things that I wanted to talk about too, in the way that
It's very short. I always do a little recording of the ending credits of the movie I watched. So I can always put in my end of year wrap up. So I did this one because I was like, if the entire movie would have been in the animation as the credits, I would have loved it. I would have definitely just dead loved it. It was great. It was just like the Sega game. So I was like, you know what? I really enjoyed that. I thought it was really cute. And I really wish that we would get more of that. But I
yeah.
did enjoy that they put the Chow Gardens as like a place to go eat and hang out and all of that. I feel like there was a lot of missed opportunity when it came to the soundtrack
Mm.
because there was a bunch of just random music. But I was like, you could literally do some of the like Chow Garden music and the music's from the video games. But I don't know if there was like some copyright issue there or something that they
I don't
had to
know, but
work with.
when okay, guys, and we're gonna spoil it. So far, if you don't want to be spoiled, for please, if you don't want to be spoiled, move forward. 3, we're gonna spoil it. 2, I'm warning you. 1, 0. When they go supersonic and super shadow, right?
Yes.
And the song starts playing like to get on, and I was just like, am I playing the video game right now? Like, somebody just turned on the GameCube right now, and I'm holding the control. It felt that way, you know. But then we needed more of that. That's
Yeah, I feel like it would reach a point that you're like, yes, and then it'll kind of go weird, and then
yeah.
you'll kind of lose that like pumpedness that you had. You're like,
Yes.
why are we not pumped anymore?
That's exactly that. I had the same feeling because you're like, okay, you pumped it, extend the scene, let the scene
Yeah.
breathe and play out. Instead, like when they were like, oh, dude, that's crazy, and then they cut to something like
Dumb.
completely. No, it wasn't dumb. It was just like it was a different tone, you know.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Because it'll be like, okay, they're about to go save. Like, let us watch the whole procedure of the fights with all the robots that they're going against. Because we didn't really get to see that. We only got to see like a tiny bit of it when Shadow does his like little spine thingy attack. But I was like, we didn't get to see like I wanted to see a lot of like, when you are like button mashing Sonic and he just like becomes a bomb, begins to hit everything like that.
Yeah,
I wanted to see that in the robot, like
yeah,
him against the robots. But I was
yeah.
like, oh.
And that robot is part of the. You know, that robot is part of one of the teams, right? Remember
Mhm.
that he goes with who? He goes with Shadow as the robot and Rouge. If you put it in trios, right, that's the guy. So those robots are actually characters. Like later on, we're gonna have one of these be kind of leftover, I guess, and just become part of the team as well. So, dude, give the robot a little bit more time. Let the music play, baby. Let the music breathe.
And they've
Right?
been hinting at the robot since the beginning of the movie with the little
Yes,
robot.
the figure was
I was
out.
like, let us even look at it a little bit better because I felt like they didn't get much screen time as for us to kind of see what they look like or see what they're capable of as a fighting
Yeah.
machine. So I was like, okay, cool, cool, cool. So I feel like it is meant for kids when it comes to that they're like, okay, I know attention spans are gone. So we have to shift, 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 shift. And I was like,
Mhm.
okay, got it, got
It,
it.
and the thing is that it's a disservice because I felt like the story that they were telling, right, which is the classic story from Shadow the Hedgehog with the Robotnik. grandfather and the Robotnik, grandson, it played out really well. The storyline was, I think the story was excellent. I can't believe I'm saying it, but I thought the story was perfect. It was excellent. But this amount of cutting to tell the story really didn't do it any favors, because I feel like the drama that they had between the two Jim Carrey, especially towards the end, was really good. Right?
Yeah.
Was really, really good. And in the middle, they're cutting it through like, oh, we're gonna destroy robots. I'm like, okay, cool. Let me see that, right? Or let
Like,
me see.
let us focus on one storyline at a time, because you're breaking into all of them, and it kind of ruins the tone of each one. So you
Yes,
couldn't build up the emotion for the Jim Carrey one. You couldn't build up the emotion for the Shadow one, and then you also couldn't build up the emotion for the fight scene, the big fight scene that we're all waiting
yeah.
for.
And we did get a one taste of how, if you let the music play out and you let the scene go to its natural end, it's 100% the most memorable scene, which is the dance with Jim
Oh
Carrey.
yeah.
That had a beginning, a build-up, a amazing development, and then a closeout.
Push the button.
See, that's the thing.
That cracks me up, and I've been saying that since the movie ended. Every time I get a chance.
I'm telling you, that scene was so good because, again, they gave you a song and they play the whole thing and they let you watch it, and then they let you say like, okay, you know what, this may not be for you, but you're gonna watch it anyways because it's part of
Yeah, it's
it.
like, but we're gonna lean fully into it. And
Lean,
that's what I
lean on.
felt. That's what I felt, because I'm like, okay, I follow the Sonic franchise from the video games to the comics. I literally watched a YouTube video that went through the entire story of Sonic in the comics. And then when I jumped into this, I'm like, okay, I see how some parts of the Sonic franchise is tailored into this. Again, these other human characters are completely just throwing they're highly unnecessary, and they were just getting so much screen time that they didn't need to have. Because I was
I,
like, we missed out in so much other story development, or just actually having the story take its time to unfold, or seeing more of the characters we wanted, just because they really wanted to include these characters that they had introduced in the previous films that
one of
not needed.
one of the hypotheses, that Andre from Black Nerd Comedy offered. When Black Nerd Comedy, that channel loves Sonic. Like, Andre loves Sonic so much. He is heads over heel with this franchise. But one of the things he actually admitted, like, yeah, the human characters are kind of unnecessary at this point. And what he thinks is that when they first made the movie, they offered them a deal for 3 films, not knowing, right, how good the movies were going to start becoming. Right. So it was probably a contractual obligation that they had to have the human characters. So they had to put them in. So we have seen how as the movies get from 1 to 2 to 3, they're getting better and better and better. So I think the writers are getting carried away and saying like, dude, there's so much cool stuff with these hedgehogs, right? It's so silly, because I feel like this is where the Sonic franchise is really winning in the whole thing, that they're saying, I'm not here to make an Oscar movie. I'm just here.
They're
I'm
just
just
here for
here.
the funds,
I'm
because
just
like even when you start the movie, they're silly. It's 1,000% silly.
Yeah, they're like, I'm not here to. I'm just doing something fun, guys, and it definitely shows. So
Yeah,
they're not leaning into like, okay, how can we make Sonic win Best Actor? And I'm like, dude, no,
they don't
it's
care about that. They're just having a good time.
like, did you see that? Did you play the game? Put that in a movie. That's it. That's all. And they're doing it, and it's working.
Yeah.
So much so that if you go to Rotten Tomatoes right now, right, which Rotten Tomatoes has gotten a lot of flack and all that, but in terms of Sonic the movie, guess how much it is? It's crazy.
And honestly, like when the movie ended, I was like, okay, if this is the end of this one, they don't give me spoiler for a nice wow. they don't give me a spoiler for the next one, I think I'm okay. But when I saw the spoiler for the next one, for what's to come, I was like, damn it, Sonic's getting me back into the movie theater for number 4. I'm looking forward to it. I'm really excited about it.
Yeah.
And stay after the credits, friends. I know you can find it on YouTube if you want to watch it. And again, I will spoil it in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So we do get to see Amy. And I love the way she was introduced. We also get I don't know the name of the other Robosonics that come
His name
out.
is literally Robot Sonic.
Okay. But yes, so we get those as well. And you know that like even more characters are going to be introduced, and it's going to be great. And it looks so amazing. I was like, yes.
Now, when we were watching this movie, I felt like, I don't know, I felt it was fun. It was like it was like the perfect popcorn flick. I feel like the stigma of, hey, you're in a movie that isn't going to get you an award is kind of gone, right? Because Jim Carrey's in this movie doing his best. Like we thought that he was gone, right? Oh, Ace Ventura, that was pretty much where he peaked. And then we did Dumb and Dumber, that was all right.
I'm like,
And
Grinch.
then the Mask and the Grinch. When he did the Grinch, you were like, oh, iconic, right? Because it is iconic. That movie
is iconic.
It's amazing. It's one of the best movies. And then he was just like, okay, nothing from Jim Carrey. He's done. And then he drops this trilogy, and you're like,
and it's wild because he had made the choice of not coming back into film. He had isolated himself, and he did not want to kind of come back to that industry. But all of a sudden, Sonic, well, I guess when Sonic calls, you can't.
You pick up the phone. You're like, no, it's no, and I feel like the reason why he comes back is because they don't have that stigma.
Yeah.
You know, it's the whole like, oh, I'm just here to have fun. I'm just here to do something that's hilarious. Because there is something cool about going to work and loving what you create. You know,
yeah.
And I feel like that's him right now. I think that he's really having fun with this character. It's so over the top. I don't even think he ever thought he would have as much fun as he did. And then we had Keanu Reeves doing Shadow.
Did an amazing job.
Yeah, Idris Elba, you know, as
like they're really building the next generation that's in love with Shadow.
yeah. And I think all the characters are portrayed so good. And if you guys don't know, the voice actor for Sonic, he actually played a huge role in the show that I love, Parks and Recreation.
Oh.
And then, so he's Ben Schwartz, and he has his performance in Parks and Rec. It's so funny. Every time he's on the screen, it's hilarious, you know? So the fact that they brought him in and say, like, hey, you know what? He plays Sonic. He's going to be a good Sonic. Who knew? Like, it was just, everything worked out so well. So I was just like,
and I was happily surprised when you mentioned that they actually did get the voice of Tails, the original voice of Tails.
Indeed.
Because I was like, when I heard Tails, I was like, oh, you sound amazing.
I know you're
like I like a lot of people don't belong in this movie, but you do.
Yeah, and Tails, it's just like the what was it that they were walking and it's like, I'm just gonna come right out and say it. You're adorable, you know?
Yeah, because
like, Tails is so good in this movie, you know?
He's great. Like, he's not annoying. He's smart. He's cute.
Yes.
He's a Chow fan.
He's a Chow fan. The Chow Garden, I hope it's a thing that becomes real. I know this is a Paramount movie, but I know that there's going to be, please, Universal Studios or somebody pick it up and make a true Chow Garden, because we need that in our life. You know? We'll remember it. Chow Chow! I love the Chow Garden. Dude, you owe it to yourself to watch this movie and have fun. Don't expect anything other than to have a laugh. Okay.
Yeah, don't go with just go. Just go. Don't think about anything. Just go and be like, okay, I have no expectations. Just take me through a ride.
Yeah, just enjoy the ride. It's gonna be fun. Um, get some popcorn, get a soda or a drink, and then it'll be great. I'm telling you, this movie's fun. If you take off your thinking cap and say, "I'm gonna watch a hedgehog live in a world filled of human beings."
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Now,
just don't take the movie too seriously. Don't take yourselves too seriously, and you're gonna have a good time.
yes. So in the news, let's go ahead and finish it up with a little bit of news over here. Um, what is going on with the Tama updates? We
Tama
cannot
update.
escape it.
So if you are currently with your unis, we did have some gifts given to us. So for the week of Christmas, so the week of December 20th, you could get a free cake costume and also a crab hood. And then for this week, you can also get a whole baby set because, New Year's baby. So you can get a bonnet, a bottle, a pasty, and a mobile. All of these are available now. So if you update the information on your Tama Uni, you'll get all those gifts.
Wait, do they know that I'm gonna be a dad? That literally looks like all the gifts I got for Christmas. A baby one, a baby bottle, a pacifier, and a mobile. That is exactly what all those things I got as my presents this year. It's like, what the hell?
You're gonna enjoy them as 2025 continues for you because you will need them.
Okay. I guess it's one of those things that it's not an instant gratification, it's more of a delayed gratification.
Yeah, because you're like, okay, I don't have to buy this now, and you'll see you will be running out of baby clothes. They go by quick. That goes by fast. And also the Tama updates. The event has ended. The event ended I think it was like last week, and chocolate team won. So if you did participate and you were in chocolate team, I think you got 5,000 Gucci's. And if you did not, I think you only got like 3 or 2. But yeah, if you participated, don't forget to go to arenas and cash your money and get the stuff from participating.
I love how Kuchi Pachi is like holding a little cookie in there. It's hilarious. Kuchi Pachi is also a really good brother. I think that's why I identify with him.
Yeah, he's a really good older brother. He has twins as little ones. Also, if you were lucky enough to check your Tama Uni before 10:30 or around 10:30, you would have seen Santa sneaking into your Tama's house and dropping off a present in the kitchen. I missed it, so I decided to be bad and join the naughty list by rewinding the time in my Tama so I could see it. I was not able to see it, and then I fast forwarded again. So I was like, at least I'll get to see something the next day. My spouse did not do that with his Tama. When he woke up, he had a present for his Tama, and Santa appeared and said, "Merry Christmas." I was naughty and I got nothing. So don't play with your Tama's clock if you're trying to get specific stuff. So I got no present for my Tama and I felt really sad about it.
So cool. Now, what happened with this crab hood? Is this for Cancer, the zodiac sign?
I have no idea. I just know they gave us a crab hood.
Okay, fine. I think there's something to be said about the zodiac signs and these gifts, but it's just dumb. I love how dumb this is. You know, it is so refreshing to say, "Oh, I'm just gonna have my character wear a cake."
Yeah, it's really fun. I'll send pictures of my current character. I have the shark again.
Let's
I
see.
gave him, it's really hard to see it because of the lighting. I know it blows. Oops.
He's gonna flip.
Sorry, the scams are calling. But yeah, I've been trying to kind of show you guys about it. I'll go ahead and post a picture on my Instagram. I got the shark again, and I have him wearing like some really cool sunglasses and a headphones. But yeah, those
So
are the Tama updates for now. Keep an eye. The winter game is still going on. You can still play it in the arcade, but the arena game has ended. So don't forget to collect your stuff. And keep an eye for any new arena games for spring.
No Kuchi Pachi yet as your Tama, huh?
Hmm?
No Kuchi Pachi yet. You have not raised a Kuchi Pachi.
No, this was supposed to be it, but I messed up in the care. I made too many care mistakes, so he did not turn into Kuchipachi. And I think we're setting a record with my spouse's Tama because his Tama is 40 days old.
Oh my gosh. Well, if there's one thing we know about your spouse, is that he is a master of consistency. If he puts
Yes,
his
he's
mind
great
and
at
heart
keeping
into
streaks. So we'll see if there's a record that we can actually beat by keeping a Tama for a certain amount of days.
dude, that'd be cool. You can actually do the Guinness and apply it, and you can get a little plaque, and then
Yeah,
you
so
get
we'll see.
recognized and be flown by
Maybe
Bandai.
we'll get a free trip to Japan with this.
Oh yeah, why not? Dream big, baby. Dream big for 2025, guys.
Big
Now,
dreams, big.
here we have Mattel Creations. Is the oh my god, my corazon. That is so cute.
I know. I saw this. I was like, let me show Max because it's something that he would like now, mostly because it's meant for the little ones to play with as well. So this is currently available on Mattel Creations. I think it's really cute. I really wish that the box would have been like more plasticky so you could keep it,
Yeah,
because it's so cute the fact that you can build it like that. But looks fun. If you're looking for something adorable that's kind of like, reminiscent of the 80s and your childhood and introduce it to the new generation, I think this is really cute. I've seen a few of their little people set that have not been the best, but I think this is one of their best works.
yeah. Even the Voltron, because yes, I agree with you. Because the Voltron robot itself is a little people here. He has a little face. I wish it would be definitely plastic, um,
Mhm.
and this is kind of a miss in that sense, that regard, because the boxes, I guess they're Velcro together. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can see the Velcro, and then that means that they're very flimsy. And once they start, bending and folding, it's going to be difficult to keep. But this is cute as heck. Like if I give them to my daughter once she's born, and she's going to squish him, she's going to toss him, she's going to bend him. It's just going to happen. Good, but definitely not something that is going to be, it's not longevity.
Yeah, it's not there to last. You either
No.
buy one as display, or you know for a fact that those pieces are either going to end up ripping, or you're going to have to end up supporting them with a lot of tape in order for them to be very strong so the kiddos can keep playing with it.
Hmm. It says, I just got what potentially is a scam. I got a random text message from
Mhm.
Los Angeles Department of Transportation. It says, your vehicle has an unpaid invoice in Los Angeles. To avoid a late fee of $35, please settle your balance promptly. To avoid late fees, access your file by typing the following link in your browser.
Nah, you're
Yeah,
good. You're good.
yeah, right. A
Don't
30.
fall for scams, guys. There's so many scams going around right now. So
Mm-mm.
please be careful. Don't
Yes,
end the year with a scam.
especially the QR code scams, guys. If you go out somewhere and you want to park on the street, people are putting their own QR codes on top of the real ones so that you're directed towards their paying link and not yours, which means that you get a ticket on top of your information getting stolen. So keep an eye on that.
Mhm.
Gotta be very clever within tech. Oh my God, what is this?
And then finally, we do have the members only Barbie signature Bob Mackie holiday Barbie. Bob Mackie has been making Barbies and designing outfits for Barbies alongside a bunch of other celebrities for a very, very, very long time. So if you're a fan of his designs, this is the time. You can still get them. There are,
Wow.
again, members only, so you will need to buy the membership if you don't have it. And this one, she's, I think, yeah, $109, but the price does go up for Bob Mackie Barbie. So if you're interested and you've been looking for him to design another one, here she is.
These are beautiful.
Oh yeah, I put the link on our description if you want to see the rest that he's worked on, and it's on his webpage.
Yeah, that is gorgeous. It is absolutely gorgeous. Especially my favorite is the pink and black.
Oh yeah. Oh no, he has some amazing ones. Like I didn't include them all because I was like, this is gonna become a Bob Mackie live. We might do that another day, but I'm like, we might look at all the designers that have designed for Barbie, and
Mhm.
we'll compare which ones would be the best. But I'm like, I can't bring that can of worms right now.
No, it's too much. Well, until then, guys, I want you guys to please have a great Happy New Year celebration. Uh, we won't be around in a podcast form because it's on Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
But we will definitely be in our socials. So if you want to wish us a Happy New Year's, feel free. We will definitely get you back. But right here, we'll take the chance to say Happy New Year's to you guys too. And if you guys do Cambodian New Year, Chinese New Year, right, and it's not happening this particular 31st, right? It's a little ways away, right? Don't worry, we'll be there too to wish you a happy new year. Person thing, anything you want to say before we take off?
Just as of now, just thank you for joining us for this year and tuning in to as many as you have tuned in. Very grateful for you guys tuning in and watching and staying around and chatting with us because we really do look forward to this. I
Yeah,
do apologize for the inconsistency, but yes, that is something that we have been working on, and that's we are exploring new things in our personal lives. Some of the inconsistencies will continue, so we're going to try our best to keep you up to date. Please do follow our socials so you're aware of when we're having shows and when we're not. And we do always look forward to seeing you guys and chatting with you. So I hope you're having a
yes,
great holiday season. And I hope you start the New Year's right and have a great, great time with your families. Or if you want just some time for yourselves, recharge, replenish. And I
yeah.
hope you got everything you wanted from your wish lists.
Because I
If you did
think,
get some cool stuff, or you just want to share some of the
yes,
epic items you got, let me know in the comments below because I'm always curious to see what people got and what are some of the things that make you extra excited.
because you know what? The inconsistencies we've had, they're not because we don't want to do them. It's not because we don't want to do the show. It's not because we're sick of the show. It's because, simply put, things are happening. And one of the things I've noticed for this year is that taking a few, weeks off here and there, or like a few days off here and there, actually translates to us having renewed energy for the show and the same type of love for the show each and every time we do sit down to make it. You know, so if you ever catch us or want to catch us on a Saturday morning show and you don't see us, right? Don't think it's because we don't want to do the show. It's because, simply put, there's something that came up, and be 100%, convinced that we're going to come back, and when we do, we're going to bring all the enthusiasm that we love to this show, because this is a love project that is also kind of a time capsule for us. It's a good way to remember old memories. Like, I had no idea about the red things, and when the red Tamagotchi, when I saw it, I completely filed it away. Now that you brought it up, I'm gonna be thinking about it. So again, guys, we love you and for your support. Everybody who watches after the show, Bambi Raptor. If there's somebody, spoiler alert, who gets the fan of the year, the friend of the year, that will be you, because you are here each and every time we are, and we value your input and your presence each and every time. So with that, we'll leave it there and we'll say
We'll
bye.
see you next time, guys. Bye.